Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. The lunchtime live, Jay. Back in your life. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. We're back on business. Back to the huge. Back to the typical savage grind with fights going down this Saturday and for every Saturday ahead of us up until mid-April. So it's nice to be in a position where I can confidently say we're beyond back on business, man. We are the business now. Okay. Lunchtime live Jay last week was minimal. It wasn't too much lunchtime live in last week. We just did a Friday show, but the evening Q&As were on point. So I'll be doing evening Q&As all week. I'll be doing lunchtime lives. I'll be doing the usual video flow. I'm hoping for some news to drop and we can make some shit happen, you know? But things are good up in here. Things are good. I'm feeling like $1 million. Excited to keep bringing the heat with the savage content. So what's up, people? What's going on? Chidi versus Carlos should be a good fight, at least 2 rounds of it. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a weird matchup. And I think Chidi could potentially do what he did to Zaleski, but something tells me Carlos Leal is not getting knocked out like that. It is lunchtime live, Jay, man. It's lunchtime live, Savage Jay up in here. Hey, what's up, Manuel Rosario? What's up, dog? I'm chilling, bro. What's up, guys? What's going on? You missed lunchtime last week? Listen, it was a minimal lunchtime last week. It's a big lunch this week. You're eating good for lunchtime this week, my people. How was Valentine's Day with Jersey? Go chill, man. We had a good time. Kept it low key, watched some fucking beautiful movies and relaxed. You're putting the picks in right now. Well, listen, you tuned into the right show, man. You're making it happen. I'm making it happen. Make sure you guys run the likes up like madmen. It's a Monday stream. So, what that means is this starts the tempo off for the week. People be saying, where's the lunchtime live? How's the lunchtime live? Well, listen, it needs you. Okay. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I want to get 20 likes in the first 5 minutes. So if you're in here and you like lunchtime lives, you like them on a Monday, hit that damn like button for Cupid J, as Berto said. I didn't necessarily see the tirade, but I did see he was saying taking over boxing, it's been easy for him. It hasn't been a problem at all. He said it's been easy shit. I watched the main event last night. Yeah. I mean, it was a complete mismatch. Charles Martin won the first 2 rounds, but didn't really do any damage. Then Ajagba got to him with the right, dropped him, survives the round just barely, then back after it. Hey, thank you for the 5, Swerve. Starting off lunchtime live, a little dono for Big J. Appreciate you for going live, brother. Hope your weekend was good, big dog. It was good, man. And I'm feeling good on being back, Swerve. Thank you for the 5 Canadian dollars. Listen, this is lunchtime live number 1 of many, okay? The 9-week UFC marathon starts today. All right, so I'm excited. What are your thoughts on MMA fighters' IQ compared to boxers? I think there's intelligent boxers as much as there's intelligent MMA fighters, and there's some dumbass boxers as many as there's dumbass MMA fighters. I think the IQs in both sports vary at a pretty large percentage, you know? I think there's a ton of variance with the IQs. I mean, Tank Davis doesn't seem like a genius, but he's a high level boxer. And, Wonder Boy Thompson seems pretty damn smart, relatively at least. At least emotional intelligence is high. Crawford thinks boxers are superior. I mean, Terrence Crawford is a maestro. Terrence Crawford is one of the best boxers to ever do it. So, of course, he has a bias towards a sport that he was so dominant in. It is nice to see Dana giving a fuck about something. It wasn't MMA tickling his fancy anymore. That's what it is. He had to go to the original plan, which was boxing. And now, I mean, the boxing takeover, this has to be a bit of like an ego based victory for Dana White because he started with the intention to get into the boxing business. And, obviously it didn't come together, but look at it now. Thing is, there's not as much room to make dumbass decisions in boxing as there is in MMA. In MMA, there's a lot more stupid decisions you can make because there are a lot more decisions to be made in general. True. It's like in MMA, you cannot be great anywhere but still be quite good. Whereas, in boxing, it's only the hands. Kickboxing is even less, right? It's the kicks and the punches. So realistically, boxing, it's a incredibly specific skill set to succeed. It's a small window. What can you really do? How many punches can be thrown? You have a jab, you have the straight cross, you have the left hook, right? You have like a right hook or an overhand right. So we're looking at 4 punches there. You have left uppercut, rear uppercut, 6 punches there. You have all of those same shots to the body. In boxing, realistically, I mean, granted, you can include the overhand, so we'll maybe add one to it. But you essentially have 13 techniques to master as far as 13 punches, 13 different types of punch. Granted, there's variants of each punch, but basics. Let's say it's 13 punches. Jab to the head and body, straight to the head and body, left hook to the head and body, right hook to the head and body. Granted, the right hook less common to the head. Overhand to the head, and then you have uppercuts to the head and body. That's it. There's so many less weapons, right? But granted, you can string combos together and spin the Rolodex. But you look at MMA, you have all of those strikes, and then you have spinning attacks with both sides. Like you have kicks of all different magnitudes. My God, the number of different strikes is crazy. So with boxing, you have to be hyper elite in the area of the 13. You have to be a master of the 13. You have to be. If you're not, you're fucked. Man, that Fluffy versus Strickland fight might be the best fight night main event since, I don't know, maybe John Silva versus Diego Lopez. I was thinking Royval Cop, but I think Fluffy Sean is better. Dude, I think Fluffy Sean is on point with Gene Silva versus Diego Lopez, but I actually feel like I might like it more. I might like it more. Mainly because John Silva was the prospect on the rise and breaking into like rising star territory. Hernandez is on an 8-fight win streak right now. So he's beyond the prospect. He's a winning contender versus the former champ. I think this right here is one of the best fight night main events, bar none, Swerve. I love this main event. I love it. I love it. I love it. AJ, we can't be taking breaks like this. The UFC is doing too much. There has to be weekly UFC. King's World, you're in luck, bro. The UFC marathon starts this week. It's 9 weeks straight of UFC. Don't worry. Don't worry, bro. We're not going to have a break for a while, okay? We got a couple months straight of UFC. Also, chat, I'm seeing 15 likes. Let's get 20 likes up in here. 20 likes in 10 minutes is respectable. Though I want more, I'll settle for it. I'll settle for it because I'm just grateful to be here with you guys hanging out on a beautiful Monday, getting back on business with the Lunchtime Live, Jay. Mixed martial arts has more weapons. In boxing, you're limited. You can only use hands, no grappling, no kicks, apples to oranges. Have Crawford just box against some Thai kid in Thailand and see who wins. Crawford just box. Have Crawford just box with Muay Thai rules would be nonsense, though. It's a different sport, man. It's like people tend to get their, lack of a better term, panties in a fucking bunch about it. Boxers are masters of punching. There's no argument. On average, boxers punch way harder and way more efficiently than MMA fighters. That's it. There's no argument. Their whole sport is punching. The entire sport. So, of course, they're going to be better at punching people. Now, granted, I'm not saying you have high-level guys from, MMA that can't box. They can. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's plenty of room to make dumb decisions in boxing, though. The fact Jake Paul lasted as long as he did against AJ shows that. The reason Jake Paul lasted against Anthony Joshua was because of his game plan being survival, and he was not really engaging much. He was very much running for the whole time. I think Fluffy versus Sean is better too, because I remember being disappointed for John versus Diego, because it should have been Diego versus Yair since it was the Noche event, whereas Fluffy Sean is the fight to make. Exactly. Exactly. 100%. I'm fully with it, man. I think Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez, way better. Holy shit, 9 weeks. 9 weeks straight of UFC, Stay Pete 2K. Wait, who's telling a Thai boxer to not kick and only box? What do you mean? How many professional fighters can take a low kick? How many can they take before they drop when they can't use their hands, period? I don't understand the argument. What do you mean? What does it matter? What about low kicks? I don't understand. MMA fighters in boxing perform better than boxers in MMA, though, in my opinion. Francis arguably beat Fury. Floyd took Conor to 10th round. That's a little goat. Imagine Crawford versus Islam. It'd last 3 minutes. Well, I'll say this, though. I'll say this. Floyd Mayweather was never a big puncher. The fact that he even stopped Conor McGregor is impressive. Francis Ngannou absolutely brought it to Tyson Fury. But I will tell you, I know for a fact Tyson Fury didn't respect him. I think Terrence Crawford would destroy any MMA fighter in boxing right now. Destroy them. Like, he'll have them looking stupid, you know? But I will agree. The reason that the MMA skills transfer over better to boxing than just the boxing skills is simple, man. It comes down to a simple law of averages. Understand, if I have never trained wrestling ever in my life, I'm at a 0, right? Granted, there's natural skills, but I'm at a 0. If I've never trained any grappling of any kind, I'm at a 0, right? If I've never done any kicks before, I'm a 0. And defensively, I'm a 0 too, right? Say I've just boxed. So here's Boxer, but his hands are at a fucking 9.5. Dude can box up any MMA fighter right now, you know, bar maybe up there, you know, outboxing Ilia Topuria if they just were to box. Let's say, let's get a boxer like at that level, whoever. But he's never done any other element of the combat sports. He has the heart of the fighter. He has the cardio. He has the mind. He has the hands. I have MMA fighter who is world-class MMA fighter, known as a puncher and a striker. Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, likes Ilia Topuria, Alex Pereira, right? These fighters are some of the best strikers in MMA. They're quality in all of the areas, but let's just focus on the hands. I mean, Alex Pereira spars with pro boxers. Alex Pereira could go into pro boxing and compete right now. He also has those other tools shirt up, but he's exposed to boxing too. A boxer is not really exposed to any MMA unless they are doing martial arts on the side as like a hobby or maybe part of the training. Like Usyk does some grappling and wrestling, etc. Right? Certain guys, Terrence Crawford has a little bit of a wrestling background, right? So there's certain guys that are in the mix. But ultimately, the MMA fighter has dabbled and sometimes mastered even boxing, like a Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is a good boxer, and his MMA boxing skills are what he was known for. So, of course, the transition between a guy who still does the sport, even if practicing other things, will be superior to the guy that just practiced the one thing and attempted to master the one thing. That's what it really comes down to. I think the MMA transition to boxing, the reason it would be quote unquote more attainable would be because they've boxed before. How many of these guys have done boxing sparring? How many of these MMA fighters have done amateur boxing? Now, on the flip side, how many of these pro boxers have done amateur MMA? Less common. Less common. Definitely less common. I mean, to be fair though, James Toney was a fat, washed up former super middleweight boxer, okay? And he got into MMA just because he thought he was going to land a big punch on the face of Randy Couture. And he got taken down and he got submitted. James Toney's a bad example. But if you look, it's not like, okay, prime example. Right now, Terrence Crawford gets into MMA. No, I don't think he's going to compete with the likes of Arman Sarukian or Ilia Topuria or Alexander Volkanovski. But if you told me Terrence Crawford was fighting Chris Moutinho, he will beat the shit out of Chris Moutinho. Answer me that question. Can Terrence Crawford beat Chris Moutinho? Yes or no? Do you genuinely believe that a mid-MMA fighter will beat a Terrence Crawford in MMA? No, I think Terrence Crawford beats him. 6-week training camp, he beats him right now. Terrence Crawford will fuck up Chris Moutinho with ease, bro. Beat the shit out of him. No problem. In an MMA fight. In an MMA fight. Drew Dober whoops Crawford? Maybe. Maybe. No chance they would just take them down. You are delusional to believe that Terrence Crawford can't stop takedowns, though. Bro, y'all are fucking... Don't be brainwashed, bro. I think Nazim Sadikov would be a tough match. I think, yeah, Nazim would beat Crawford. Nazim is good, though. I'm talking about let's go low-level MMA. I'm just using an example. Let's dabble it in lightly. We have starting it off light. Terrence Crawford. Chris Moutinho level. I think he can do well. But he would have to build himself into an MMA fighter to get into it, because where I'm going with it, and the problem is some of you guys don't understand the combat in the same way that I'm saying. You follow it with ego. You follow it with, we back MMA. I'm backing just combat awareness, bro, overall. A boxer is at almost a 0 with grappling. It takes a long time to build those skills. An MMA fighter is probably, if they're good, at a 7. But I'll tell you right now, if you put a bum MMA fighter on the feet, who's a bad striker? Marcin Tybura. Marcin Tybura is losing to local club fighters in the first round in boxing. For sure. He wouldn't be able to transition. But Alex Pereira does transition well. And in MMA to boxing, there's examples that would work. And then on the flip side, there's boxers that I think could make the transition. You have a high-level athlete. If you got a boxer who's in his 20s too, well, power, but what, you know what the issue is? Where it really comes down to? You know where it really comes down to, bro? It comes down to the simple truth of it all. It's a different sport. It's a different sport. And the way that the UFC rose to real prosperity was it's the real combat to take boxing out, right? To say, oh, well, this is real fighting. Boxing's not. I think that we're far past that point of reality where that needs to be on the forefront of the minds of the fan. At the end of the day, mixed martial arts has become an elite sport. Boxing is an elite sport. The transition between an elite sportsman, yes, some football players could make it to the NBA. Some fucking basketball players could maybe play football. But what the fuck's it matter? Crawford never sprawled in his life. Bro, don't tell me you're a casual without telling me you're a casual, my Jesus. And I hate calling people casuals, bro. What the fuck? There's videos of him wrestling. Dude, you guys got to understand. Yes, a bum MMA fight. If you have a boxer that has no idea how to stop a takedown, but let's just say he's completely incapable of stopping a takedown. But it's like, I think some of you guys are overrating the bum level MMA fighter with shit grappling. I think you guys are overrating it a little. You have to, there's some good, bro, we talk about how trash some of these fucking heavyweights are. There are trash cans that exist that are just tough. They just come to fight. The boxers, of course, would need to train grappling because they're at a 0 with grappling. Yes. But this fucking argument is absolute delusion. It's not boxers versus MMA fighters. It's fucking fighter versus fighter who has different specifications of high-level combat skill. It's individual versus individual. You cannot go with the group thing. We're going to put them all together into one fucking hierarchy, for God's sake. Every fighter is different. Every style is different. You know, Tim Sylvia was knocked out by a boxer in an MMA fight. Let's not forget Tim Sylvia got chinned in one shot. I'm not trying to fucking sit here and say, well, boxing's better. It's not what I'm saying at all. It's not at all what I'm pushing. I'm pushing the individual fighter is everything. It depends on the fucking fighter, man. It depends on the fucking fighter. It depends on who. It depends on which fighter. What's the fighter that we're talking about? Who is it? Which fighter? I think Terrence Crawford, if he spent his 20s training to be an MMA fighter, would have done pretty damn well. I think Alex Pereira, if he decided to just be a boxer, would have done pretty well. Now, I do think he would stick with MMA. He reaches a higher height. I don't think he would have been as good at boxing. I agree with that, KZ, because of the grappling element. Totally fair. Totally fair. But I think, if you put Khamzat Chimaev in a boxing ring versus Jael Pataya, he's knocked out in the first round. He'll get knocked out in round 1 versus Jael Pataya. Khamzat will get destroyed against the cruiserweight champ. John Jones, bro, if he fights at heavyweight, Usyk destroys him. It's terrible. He'll look awful. I think people just resort back to the barbaric days, and most of the time, a similar level MMA fighter beats someone of a similar caliber in boxing in a street fight. That's the main argument. I mean, listen, that type of argument is completely fair to be had because the fucking weapons, man. More weapons. The best MMA fighter can't hang against the best boxers. The same thing doesn't apply in the other direction. I disagree. I think the best MMA fighters cannot hang in boxing. I think that Francis Ngannou, one of a kind. One of a kind. But he's a striker, though. Why is he competitive? He's a striker. But to be fair, let's say in a different world, what would the conversation have been if he just fought Joshua right away and he got knocked out in fucking 2 rounds like he did? Jake Paul lasted longer than him. MMA fighter wins, yes. But I struggle to fathom the reason this is such a heated debate. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Though we already knew this. We already knew this. Why? Is it because Buckley is calling out Terrence Crawford? You want to know Joaquin Buckley's biggest problem? He's calling out boxers, talking all this shit. He needs to focus on beating the best guys in his weight class. He chose to go the path of MMA fighter, bro. So don't be jealous that the boxers are making bread. He needs to focus on getting better at MMA. Instead, he's talking shit about Terrence Crawford. Why? Because Usman made him his fucking little boy. That's the problem with Buckley, man. His head's up his ass. Buckley started this whole thing recently. So what? Buckley, he's saying, oh, I'll beat Terrence Crawford, bro. Okay. But you're not going to beat who? You're not going to beat Usman? You're going to beat fucking Shavkat? He's talking shit to get clout? I think it looks stupid. I think Joaquin Buckley needs to be talking shit to, I don't know, somebody in the fucking top 10. He needs to be talking shit to fucking Bilal, trying to get a fight into the top 4. He wants to talk shit. He should be calling out guys like Bilal, man. Yo, fuck Bilal. He's a bum. He's lost 2 in a row. He's trying to stay relevant, but he looks like a moron to anybody that's sensible because it doesn't make any sense to me. What don't I understand? UFC fighting is more superior to boxing? I don't fucking understand the argument. What the fuck? I cover MMA for a goddamn living, bro. I'm just defending combat sport as a whole, man. I'm defending the combat sport as a whole. He's talking shit on Crawford and Shakur because Shakur was saying MMA is worse than boxing in terms of skill, popularity, and fun. Buckley is trying to defend MMA, I think. Dude, Shakur is wrong about that for sure. Absolutely wrong. Not even a fucking conversation. Come on. BMF title fight around the corner. What are we talking about? But I think boxing's cool, though. Like, I like boxing, bro. I watch Zufa boxing. I only watch Zufa boxing. I'm rooting for Zufa boxing. I watched it last night, and I said, fuck it. I enjoy the heavyweights going after it. I like Jael Pataya. I'll watch the main events, especially if they're like light heavyweight and up. I don't really like the lower weight class as much, unless it's like, a Terrence Crawford. I feel like at 175 and up, boxing intrigues me big time. In MMA, it's like the opposite, though. At MMA, oh my God, bro, give me the little motherfuckers. But I was thinking last night, as I was watching these heavyweight boxers fight, I was like, damn, bro, some of these guys should have went to MMA. We need them, bro. Heavyweight boxers, Bro, the heavyweight division in MMA right now, like, I'm like, bro, give me F.A. Ajagba. Dog, F.A. Ajagba, if he knew how to grapple a little bit, Shamil Ghazi is toast. Taliesin Teixeira is going to sleep, bro. He's knocking Marcin Tybura out. He's laying Gelton Almeida to waste, who's somehow still ranked. He'll put Rivzan Kuniev on his ass, bro. Like, Waldo Cortez Acosta is the perfect example. Former mediocre pro heavyweight boxer. And look at him now in MMA. I definitely think if there's one weight class where boxing skill transitions to MMA skill pretty well, you get a boxer and you teach him how to stop some leg kicks, teach him how to wrestle a bit. Look how good Waldo's done. Waldo Cortez Acosta was not a good boxer. I don't know if any of you guys have watched some of his boxing matches. Yeah, she's been chinned in boxing before, but in MMA, works beautifully. Waldo's boxing record was 6-4, bro. 6 wins, 4 losses. He's been knocked out 3 times as a boxer. He's been knocked out twice in the first round as a boxer. 6-4. But gets into MMA and oh my God. If you fucking get some of these boxers into MMA, heavyweight, we're good to go. We're good to go. I think that would be it. Heavyweight. Heavyweight is a wasteland, bro. We need athletes, man. Yeah, I agree, Swerve. It's weight class specific. I'll be honest, in my brain, I was thinking heavyweights because we got the heavyweights fighting last night. Yes, money line is tonight. Money line is back tonight. Me and the Finch, man. When we say that boxers don't get no respect because they don't deserve it, the low MMA guys I respect more, win or lose. I respect those guys more than the big dogs in boxing. Why is it that you don't respect the big dogs in boxing? For what reason? Lomachenko, he would have been like a unique style. I feel like he could have been like a Piotr Jan if he learned how to grapple. I think Lomachenko would have been good. He probably, I don't want to say he made the mistake doing boxing. He probably would have been better at MMA. Guru made a whole 30-minute video last night backing Buckley and trashing boxing. It was a good watch. I got to look at it, bro. Let me check it out. Dana White's boxing promotion fails. He's the only reason boxing is bigger than the UFC. Yeah, that's a good video. I mean, I'll say this, and this is the most real take I'll tell you guys right now. My boxing take. Give me light heavyweight and up. I'm interested. We're talking less than that, bro. Nobody's caught my eye. Boxing, yeah, it is less fun. MMA's the shit, but that's a given. That's why boxing's on a Sunday because it's a nice Sunday entertainment, bro. It's dude. Last night I put on Zufa. I had a great time watching the main event. It was fantastic. You sit down, you relax, you watch. Oh shit. I think Zufa boxing is doing well because they're doing it on Sunday. It's like let's let the combat continue, bro. I'll tell you this, man. Jairo Pataya's fight, I'm definitely watching that shit. March 8th, that'll be sick. Crawford Strickland. I mean, the problem is Sean Strickland is a 200-pound man. Crawford is 165. Video dropping today. What video are you looking for, Louis boy? The full card picks are already up on the channel. I'm gonna do money line. Actually, we got one new fight, so it'll be an updated money line pick show. I was like, I'm not gonna make a whole new video for one change fight unless it was like the main or co-main event. So yeah, Jacoby Smith's fighting Josiah Harrell, which that'll be interesting. Yeah, Zufa boxing is cool. I fuck with Zufa boxing, bro. I like it. Now, is it MMA? Is it going to beat MMA? You crazy. Fuck, nah. It's a Sunday, bro. Boxing's a Sunday show. You sit down, you relax on a Sunday, you put it on. Like, it's after the combat high, you still get a little violence. It's good. I'm telling you. I think the Sunday slot was genius for Zufa boxing because, like, MMA fans are like, shit, let me watch this. Canelo ducking Benavidez annoyed me too. I wanted to see that. But I think, like, MMA is the pinnacle of fucking entertainment without argument. But boxing is still, especially at the, like I said, light heavyweight and up, I think it's still a cool sport. I'm still intrigued by it. Now, what I don't like is sometimes at like 147 and you just see tap and dance. That's annoying. That's not fun. But what I like about the heavier weight classes is, bro, if you watch, the past couple Zufa fights at the heavier weight classes, knockout last night, knockout on the other card between light heavyweights. Who do you want to see Islam defend against? I think it's going to be Ian Garry. I'll pick Ian Garry because I don't want Usman to get like a career-based W. Guru was clowning how Zufa boxing last night, like 10 videos all have under 5K views. Said if he posted a video that got 900 views, he'd terminate his channel. Holy shit. Who we getting for 327? I think we'll find out next week. I fucking hope we find out tomorrow. I'm going to make a prediction that Dana White has a news announcement tomorrow. Yo, what's up, Lip Flop James? Good to see you, bro. Yeah, you haven't been around for a while, my boy. I want to see Islam versus Ian Garry. I don't want Usman to get the shot. I want Usman versus like Bilal or something like that. Let's do Usman Bilal, but you know what they said? Usman is saying he's fighting for 2 belts this year. I'm like, come on now. I would say guys like Ben are entertaining as fuck. Boxing with brutality is clean. Agreed. On average, MMA fights are more exciting, though. Yes or no? Yes. Absolutely. Dana's famous last words, slap will be bigger than the UFC is crazy. Yeah, slap is something else, bro. Hey, Nerd Yin 97. Thank you for 16 months of membership, my boy. I appreciate you. Listen, if the likes start moving like wildfire today, I'm open to a 2-hour stream. But I need the likes to start moving, man. We're at the half an hour mark. We should have 40 likes up in here. So keep running those likes up, man. Tell that YouTube algorithm you're enjoying the Savage J show. Judas Hernandez parlay, ballsy, but very live. Judas is just like a wide ass favorite, man. I'm gonna do most confident picks here. Wednesday, probably. I don't know. If I'm in a great mood, maybe I'll surprise y'all tomorrow. It depends. If there's gonna be I'm actually gonna wait because I want news tomorrow. I want news. I'm trying to do a video tomorrow about the news. Ian has 5 wins over top 15 contenders and has been pretty active. He definitely deserves the shot. Plus, that win does a lot for Islam's legacy. I agree. It's another win against a legit welterweight. Bro, Swerve, I saw you comment back at me on X, bro. They were saying, oh, the GOAT conversation between Jones and GSP. I'm like, nah, bro. Islam is that top 2. Dude, I feel like Judas gets the KO. Yeah, I think Juliana Miller's going down. Yo, W to the AJ Army. What's up, my people? Already liked the video. We need 2 hours. Hey, tell your fellow Savage J Army to hit the like button. You're saying MMA isn't a superpower. No, a lot of guys train MMA or AMI fights. Almost got killed in the streets versus Muay Thai, Judo, boxers, Krav, and street fighters. Really? You know a lot of guys that almost got killed? I don't know. I don't know about a lot of guys. I think, I'll tell you this, bro. If you know how to stop a takedown and you got some fast hands on the street, you become a real danger. Especially in like a club setting. Yeah, Kane got released. I'm happy to see that. Kane Velasquez, happy release, man. People say Sean is boring, but I think Fluffy's going to enrage Strickland more than past opponents. I hope so. I hope we get like a Sean Strickland that's about the violence this weekend. What 3 fights are you confident will be on the card? At this point, the only one I feel extremely confident in is Ilya Topuria versus Gaethje. It's tough to say what the other fights are going to be. I do think Corey Sandhagen on the card would make a lot of sense. And I think in a more normal setting, him versus Sean O'Malley, but they won't do it. I could see Corey Sandhagen on the card versus Peyton Talbot. That's good that he only spent like 11 months in jail. It's a lot of time, but at least it's not 5 years. Islam's biggest wins are Charles, Volk, JDM. I think definitely potentially be top 3 if JDM starts another win streak. Bro, the issue is JDM going down. Me and the fucking Fight Society are going to collab, dude. I got to actually check. My DMs, dude. Good reminder. I haven't been on Instagram looking at my DMs. He told me he was going to message me. Let me fucking message him right now. Let me see if he sent me something. Where's the boy at? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if I have anything sent from him. All right, there we go. I sent him a nice reply. There he is. I just messaged him back, bro. Good reminder. It was showing up in my request. I think me and him just got to do like a savage live stream. I feel like that'd be a good time. I made a White House card in the UFC 5 last night that looks like Ilya Gaethje, Connor Patty, Jan Sugar, Dustin Diaz, Usman Morales, Corey Payton, Masvidal Chandler. Bro, that's a dope card, though. I feel like they got to go Dustin Diaz. The thing is with Connor and Patty, huh? You know, I saw Covington saying he wants to fight Patty. I'm like, nah. Like, nah, that's not the move. JDM Prates at 327 has to be the co-main. I think Diaz versus Poirier at the White House is a good way to do it, though. Come on. Why not? I think Covington should retire, too. Does Covington really want to fight anymore? I don't know. He's saying he does. He's trying to get on the White House card. It's his dream, but I think Masvidal is more likely. I think Masvidal versus Michael Chandler could happen on the White House card. Poirier back in the testing pool. Is he? You think any top level boxer would KO a UFC fighter in a street fight? Footwork's too good. Come on, Shakur Stevenson's dentist. Don't take it to that level. I don't think so. Morales versus Usman is a proper fight for the White House. If Usman wins, now you give him the title shot next. The problem is Usman's talking like he's retiring this year and he wants two title shots, welterweight and middleweight. Like he's starting to get a little delusional. I'm like, buddy, you got one more. You got one more fight before a title fight. If he beats Morales, yes, give him the title shot. I don't even want to see Chandler Colby, though. I want to see Colby versus, I don't know, somebody. Maybe it'll knock him out. That was like OG legends and top contenders. I think that's a fun way to do it. And I think having Poirier versus Diaz is a nice thing at the White House. Like it's a feel-good moment. Colby Covington has become great value Dylan Dennis, which is crazy because at one point it was vice versa. I don't know if he's great value Dylan Dennis. I just think he's an MMA fighter out of his prime that we're not really crazy about watching. Prates, JDM in the rumor mill for Fight Night Perth in a couple of months. Holy shit. That'd be a sick 5-rounder too. So what the fuck's going down at the Miami card? Is it Tyra then versus Van? I can't believe we don't have a main event for 326, dude. 326 is literally less than 4 weeks away. I'm going Melky Costa. I think he finds a way, bro. Yeah, I'm going Melky Costa to take Dan Ige out. Why? He's on fire right now. The younger man. He's got a lot of weapons. I don't think Dan Ige is taking him down. I don't think Dan Ige is knocking him out. JDM grappling against Carlos is genius, bro. It's high IQ. I agree. Van versus Tyra or Kyoji for the co-main at 326. Dude, Van versus Tyra is the fight I guess they're doing because I'm hearing from Cop. They said he was promised the fight. Hey, thanks for letting us know about Undisputed. My son and I have been having a blast. Hey, W Mixtape. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I had to tell the people. Undisputed free. You can play it now. Dude, I am like On Undisputed, I am so much better than I am at UFC 5. I'm 10-3 in ranked online and Undisputed. Like, I'm solid online. And I don't know, I'm better, bro. Savage J, get in the sauna and fight Moicano. Listen, if the paycheck is right, I'll take it. Ode and Reese, dogs. You know, as much as Michelle Pereira could knock Reese out, I don't think it's crazy to think Michelle Pereira might be towards his final hour. And Zach Reese's big ass could out grapple him. If Michelle Pereira can't get him out of there, I know people are talking about, oh, well, last time he was busted up in the clinch. Listen, he showed a bit of a chin. Michelle Pereira's been looking terrible. Woodson dropped the bag on Ige. I doubt Melky's doing the same. The reason I think he's not is because he's got more weapons, bro. Woodson just a boxer. Yeah, I agree. Cop Van is 10 out of 10. Van Tyra 9 out of 10. But regardless, I'm happy. I just want to see the flyweight belt. I want to see the flyweight belt on the line. I want to see a flyweight title fight. And sooner rather than later, please. Also, chat, we're at 46 likes. Let's get 50 likes up in here, man. If you're tuning in, make sure you hit the like button. It's time to pump the algorithm 10% for your boy. Hit that like button. Right. Michelle Pereira has a minute of cardio. And Doc has flatlined him. He got broken against fucking Hernandez, which is not a surprise. But also, he fucking gassed versus Abus Magomedov. The performances have consistently looked worse. If Van does beat Tyra, it does legitimize his championship. But if Tyra gets to his back and strangles him, though, I don't know, though. I think Van, if he can stop the grappling, Van's striking will give Tyra some serious pause, man. I think it'll give him trouble. You think Tyra will strangle him? I get why. Colby versus MVP, it could have been an interesting matchup, but dude, they're putting Colby versus maybe Wonder Boy. They'll do something weird. MVP getting the opposite of Dana White privilege, bro. He's getting no love. Right. Nobody has done Moreno like Tyra did. Completely agree. You think Tyra taps Van? I wouldn't be surprised if he takes his back and strangles him. Much as I love Van's striking, Tyra's a fucking monsoon. Better late than ever. Sorry I missed lunchtime, Jay. Bro, you're fine. We're not even 45 minutes in yet. We're still here making it happen. Want Tyra to win so they can build the Asian fan base. It's like Diego with Mexico in the fan base. They want Tyra. I mean, Tyra versus Kyoji Horiguchi would also be a fucking spectacle if they did that shit in Asia for the title. MVP Wonderboy is probably a boring fight. Can't wait for the fights this weekend. Gonna be there. Hey, W trading champ. I'm excited for you, my boy. You'll get to enjoy the violence up close and personal in Houston, man. I think this card, underrated good card. There's some like, maybe lower level fights on paper, but the actual matchup should be pretty good. I'm expecting some sick results. I'm hyped for the UFC marathon, man. Holy shit. We got this week, Houston, next week, Mexico, the week after, BMF title. It's just fight nights galore. Then we got the, Emmett and Vallejos fight at the Apex. I've been liking the Apex. I'll tell you, bro, the Apex cards have been looking better. Tito versus Chuck at the White House lawn and grass bare knuckle. Fuck, man. They shouldn't fight. If Tyra wins, I think Pantoja would beat Tyra when he comes back. Pantoja Tyra would be a spectacle as far as the stylistic clash goes because it's the only guy with the grappling to potentially give Pantoja a true pause. A higher level version of Lewis Ngannou. You're saying that's what Wonder Boy and MVP would be? That sounds terrible. You think MVP smashes Colby? I think the striking of MVP would probably give him hell, but the takedown's alive. It just has nothing to do with MMA, but I'm working on stop motion video and I'm up 12 minutes, 25 seconds. Takes me a month so far. It's about the secret of Nim, the book. Damn, you doing stop motion video. That's cool as fuck. Holy shit. Hey, I wish you nothing but the best, bro. How long is the whole thing going to be, Mick Stapler? You're all in on Ode this weekend? I think he's so live, trading champ. I feel like the only reason his opponent has hype is because, you know, he's an Asu Almabayev training partner, right? Kazakhstan. It's kind of like, you know, people from that side of the world, they just automatically assume they got grappling. But the truth of it all, the most sincere truth of it all, I am not impressed. People forget, man, Urseg was hanging in there in the grappling exchanges against Pantoja. Urseg, listen, Urseg's Pantoja performance was goated. That was his Rocky story. And then Ode nearly puts him out in the first round. Jeff Neal's also your other lock. Bro, if Jeff Neal sells against Medic, I'm in shock. I feel like Medic is quick from the outside, but Neal is going to close that gap and drop some bombs on him. The goal's 40 minutes, but it's looking like it's going to be an hour. That's cool as fuck, though, Mick Stapler. I'm excited for you, my boy. Odie having a 13-9 record absolutely fucking sucks. Makes it hard to pick him. I get it. His record is ugly, bro. Ode has a hideous record. But to be fair to Ode Osborne, if you take a look at that record a little closer, okay? You look at 2025 for Ode. It was a win against Louis Garule and a gutsy performance against Steve Urseg. Two good performances last year. Ode's been looking good lately. 2024, okay? Filio submits him. Filio's a fucking ace on the ground. Against Lazy Boy, did he really lose that fight? Or we were just in Mexico? I mean, that's a draw. That's a draw, probably. And that was 2024. 2023, Almabayev breaks him on the ground, but he beat Charles Johnson. So, you know, an Almabayev loss, he's a ranked contender. A Filio loss, he's a high-level grappler. A controversial loss to Ronaldo Rodriguez, which is ugly, seeing Ronaldo losing a poorhouse after. But a good win against Garule and a good performance against Steve Urseg. I feel like Alibi Idris is in that I don't know category as far as his fighting career goes. He's 11-1. He got destroyed on the ground by Morales. He won some fights on the, you know, Ultimate Fighter against, you know, Robert Echeverria, which is impressive. He just won at Karate Combat. And then Yakubov, he got that decision. Prior to that, he was fighting a lot of random Brazilians over in NASA FC. So he was fighting in Kazakhstan. He was the favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not saying they were setup fights, but of course he was supposed to win. Had not lost, handling business against some lower tier guys. As far as strikers go, okay? And I'm going to put this out there like this. As far as the strikers go that Alibi Idris has fought, Ode Osborne is by far the most dangerous. He's got a 5-inch reach advantage. He's an inch taller. He's got some knockout power in his hands. Deceptively fast. I just think the truth of it all is Ode, he's live to win, though his record is fucking hideous. AJ, I'm going to that Holloway Oliveira card. Tell me, why is there no co-main? I don't know why there's no co. I don't know. I think maybe it's like a surprise matchup they're trying to put together. I don't know, actually. I'm struggling to understand why we haven't announced the co-main. I'd say it even irritates me slightly that we haven't announced the co-main. I don't know. I don't have the info for you. Real shit, you generally thought he'd beat Urseg. So let's say he gets that decision. Let's say that decision goes his way. Let's say the Ronaldo Rodriguez fight goes his way too. What about in the matchup now against Alibi Idris? You get more of a fighting shot. So I just think with Alibi Idris, I don't know, man. I don't know about Alibi Idris. I don't know if he's really that good. He doesn't have a lot of power. He's kind of quick. I'd say his striking looks pretty sharp, but it's not like insane. think they're announcing the co-main Vantire this week along the Miami card. It's not a big enough announcement to warrant a Baldy IG live. I hope Baldy goes live and we got 327, bro. Dana White announces some 327 fights too. I saw that Jeff Neal said he was fucking on drugs for most of his fighting career. I thought that was crazy. I feel like the Zufa boxing crossovers, simply put, I'm uninterested in crossovers. So apparently Dustin tweeted to Nate Diaz today, belt to ass. And it's definitely the fight to make. They have to do that shit. It's not going to be McGregor fucking 3 versus Diaz or Poirier 4. No. They should fight each other. Belt to ass at Nate Diaz. Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know. I got a hunch, bro. I got a hunch that they're looking to put a Legends fight together at the White House, and I think that's the one. Ian Garry and Islam fight. The thing is, Islam's going to end up on top of him. I don't know how Ian Gary's going to do with the grappling. I mean, maybe early some striking can work for him, but he's going to be on his back. He was destroying Lazy Boy in the first round. Ode Osborne's good. Who wins? Strickland Amavov rematch? I definitely would pick Amavov to win the rematch. I think Diaz loses 50-45 or 30-27. Yeah, but so what? It's still a good fight. I don't mean to pry, brother. I hope you and Drizgo had a great Valentine's. You guys get to go out or anything? Just chilled at home, man. We got some food, relaxed at home. It was beautiful. Nothing better than that for me. That's like my favorite thing. Okay, chat, let's hit the damn like button. Listen, let's run the likes up. Let's run the likes up, man. The people want a 2-hour stream. So I'm willing to offer a 2-hour stream. Get me to 60 likes, and we'll talk about what the goal will be for the 2-hour stream. What do you think about the Hearn and Dana recent comments? Have you seen them both? Eddie saying cringe and Dana responded. Think Zufa's a legit threat to Matchroom? Yes. Yes. I think Zufa is a legit threat to Matchroom boxing. I think Zufa boxing, the thing is, especially with the backing of the Saudis, bro, my God, you're talking about unlimited capital. The reason Eddie Hearn's talking negative is because he is threatened, bro. Zufa boxing, cheers. You say I'm an introvert? No. I'm social. Hit the like button. Hey. Damn Beansville. Holy shit. Hey, cheers, Mick Stabler. I'm glad you had a good holiday, bro. Facts, man. All these people on IG posted them going all over the place to the mall, the restaurants, rock climbing and bowling. Just want to go get some takeout and chill at home together. That to me is what a good time is. You know, occasionally going out is nice, but you know, I enjoy relaxation. The Diamond definitely wants to come back. 3 months sober today. Might have a celebratory puff about it tonight. You always have great content, AJ, but thank you for motivating people along the way. Let's make a bet. Hey, Austin Edwards, tier 1, W, my boy. Listen, you need sobriety, you make it happen. Celebratory puff, that's up to you. The decision is yours, bro. I've passed the 6-month mark for myself and has been no celebratory puffs or anything. Alibi can't hold people down. Ode can sub or TKO him. Yes, because he's kind of weak. He's not physically strong. Watched The Housemaid for Valentine's with the wife, 9 out of 10. It was a good movie, Brady K. I saw it too. Becoming a father has turned you into an introvert. I used to love going out, but now I love chilling home with my kids. Listen, that's what it's all about, mixtape. I love hearing it. And if you want to get your socialization out, you come to the chat of like-minded people, you know? I did, Brady. I watched it in theaters, actually. It was good. Before all this, Eddie was constantly praising Dana, saying how I admired him. Wanted to take what he does with the UFC and boxing. There's videos of him saying a couple of years ago that's now changed because you want to know what it is? Why that's changed now, Doug? because Dana's taking what he did with the UFC to boxing. And Eddie's like, oh, fuck. You're threatening our way of life here. Where do you think Prime Bisping is in today's 185-pound division? That's a fun question. Modern day middleweights, Michael Bisping beats that are in the top 15. I'm going to give you one, and you guys can give me a, W or an L. Does Michael Bisping beat the current version of Brendan Allen? That's tough. I don't know. Maybe you could outbox him, but shit, man. That's a tough fight, man. And Brendan Allen's ground game is nasty good. No way Dustin was letting his daughter's crayon cardboard belt be the last one he receives. The comeback starts now. Hashtag the Diamond Champ. Bro, of course Poirier was always planning a comeback. Y'all thought he was retiring for good? Come on, bro. In my heart of hearts, I knew. After he fought Max Holloway, this is a guy that just can't let go of the game. He was talking about boxing and wanting to fight again. Come on. My vids get 10 times the views Zufa does. Well, listen, Zufa should reach out and I'll start a second channel and help them do content if they want. I think Bisping beats Bruno Ferreira, maybe Cannonier. That might be it. But even the Cannonier fight is tough. Prime Bisping, RoboCop. He could have a Luke Rockhold moment, but he might get starched. Like, I think Hamzat, Duplessis, Imavov, Strickland, Hernandez, too much for him. Current form, Adesanya, probably current form, Allen, Kyle Bahayo, and him is interesting. I feel like Bahayo. Dude, I feel like he's number 15. I'm sorry, Bisping. You never plan on stopping the puffing forever. You just like to take a good reset every now and then. One puff won't hurt nobody in the mission. We'll stand strong, stay hydrated, everyone. God bless. Hey, God bless Austin Edwards Tier 1, my guy. What up, AJ? Getting some reps in the gym. Keep doing what you're doing, man. See you for Propaholics. Hey, W Pastafarius, bro. Yeah, Propaholics Thursday. Money line tonight. Money line tonight, bro. It's a must-watch money line tonight. All right, chat. We're about to hit the hour mark of the stream. Let's get 60 likes up in here. Then I'm going to set a goal for the 90-minute mark. And we can see about this 2-hour stream that I think I want to bless you guys with. So, got to start off the UFC marathon right. Have me rolling how you ended the Valentine's stream. I don't even remember exactly what I said. Fight week, Big J sweep. Come and Mystic KO. W, my boy. W, bro. I do not believe Finch is a papa yet. And anything special for Moneyline tonight? We're just happy to be back. I watched Bryson Guru's beginning, but I didn't finish. I didn't get to the actual fishing part. Have you seen the Uncrowned film with John McCarthy? It's incredible and a must-watch for anyone who remotely likes MMA. I've not seen it, no. Where's this film? Where can we watch this film? How many Diet Cokes a day is too many? I don't know. Depends on you. AJ, can you do me a favor and pick flip to Strickland? You're cursed on main event picks this year, and I can't have my boy Fluffy lose. Listen, bro. I'm happy that I have your backing on this. We're on the same side. My picks this year for the main events have been tumultuous, but this one will get me back to homeostasis. They bring the knowledge. Yeah. I enjoy that fucking voiceover. Guy did good work. Francis Ngannou, hardest puncher in UFC history. Yeah, probably would elevate people with this punch. Will there be another Ngannou type? I feel like yes. Jacoby Smith, Josiah Harrell is crazy. Bro, Josiah Harrell's good. How often you see 11-0 versus 11-0? Told people in the chat who are single to go out, get some. If they don't work it, hit up Tinder or something. All jokes aside, I wouldn't want to date nowadays. Too much craziness. Hey, W Mick Stapler. I think I gave good advice though, you know? I think I gave good advice. Real honest advice. Real savage honest advice. To be fair to Big J, I think the 3 main event lose this year just didn't come up with a great game plan. Patty didn't grapple. Lopez was too tentative and didn't throw enough, and Oliveira didn't train cardio. Yeah, and he grappled for some reason. Completely agree. It's all right. 3 iffy main event picks, but this one is the right one. This one is the right call. Who you got for Keita versus Wood? And Nathaniel Wood is so good. But is Losane Keita just too fast? This is a question that I'm asking myself about the fight. Is Keita just a little bit too fast? I kind of think he is. Twisted. You're done betting on the main events for the next month? I think you'll be all right. Yo, but what are you guys thinking for next week's main event, though? Oh, shit. Does Leonard Kavanaugh pull off the shock? I have faith with a fluffy game plan, too. I completely agree. You have Wood by split decision. I think it's possible. Let's talk about how bad of a spot Gaethje's in, staring down the barrel of the 2 guys who smashed you, or the barrel of 1 guy who smashed both of them. Justin, please, you've done enough. Bro, he's fighting. He's fighting Topuria. Dude, Assassin Baby might be washed low-key swerve. I know it sounds crazy, right? Because Kavanaugh just lost to Charles Johnson, but dude, I don't know. I just have this weird feeling with Assassin Baby. I can't describe. I'm like, am I really about to pick Leonard Kavanaugh? Brandon Moreno. If you look at the recent wins, beat Steve Erceg, which, quality. Steve Erceg doesn't have an explosive power threat. Beat El Bazi, who just got toyed with by Kyoji. Lost to Royval in a war, right? Back in 2024. Lost to, Pantoja in a great fight. Tyra mauled him. It's a tough pick to make, dude. Brandon Moreno is not old, though. He's 32. But well over 30 professional fights. Has been, fighting at a high level for a long time. I mean, shit. Long time. But Leonard Kavanaugh, the Charles Johnson fight sends nightmare through my mind. Oh, it's a tough pick to be had, dude. The thing about Moreno is he's never been chinny. But Kavanaugh, he's like freakishly quick and explosive. But we're in Mexico. You're right. And we're at elevation. I didn't see your message with the video title. No. Moreno will show if you still got it. Hey, it's fight week. It's UFC marathon week. What do you think of the schmo? He seems cool. The character is a double-edged sword because it blew him up. Now he's stuck in that persona for life and can't be himself on camera. Yeah, it's fun, but it's like lost its magic. He can't just be himself. No. It's unfortunate, right? That's the decision he made. All right, chat. We're at 61 likes. Let's go 80 likes by the 90-minute mark. 80 likes by 90 minutes, and then we'll push it to a 2-hour stream. Cheers. So make sure you guys hit the like button. You guys have 27 minutes for 20 likes. With the same ideology, Charles Johnson beat Lawler, but also beat Van, who's the world champ. So he's a weird one. It's true. And the first round, Lawler Kavanaugh looked like a future world title challenger. I mean, the first round, he was destroying Charles Johnson. And one thing I'll tell you about Lawler Kavanaugh that gives me a little bit of confidence on his side and is making me consider picking him. It's the fact that Ilia Topuria spoke about him in such a positive way. And I think elite level fighters speaking positively of a prospect have some type of ability to recognize something. You're doing study during a Brendo stream. We talk about the Roe versus John Paul and Cornolio versus Edwards fight. And what would you guys land on? MMA Confidential Inside Officiating with Big John on Ariel. Okay. On Ariel's channel. Okay. Gotta get my son off the bus. Take care. Hey, Mixtape, have a good one, bro. If I'm still around, you hop on in. If not, the fatherly duties are paramount. We'll be live tonight for Moneyline. Does Cornell steal around from Jocelyn? I wouldn't be shocked. I think simple way to put it. That Edwards Cornell fight was in France, and I thought it was a bit of a robbery at the time. I thought it was a bit of a bad decision. And now they run it back. Edwards has been looking better. I don't know. I think you got to go Edwards. I don't think I can back the cornhole side with any bit of confidence. So I'm going Edwards there. To be fair, she didn't beat her. Yeah, I didn't think she did. I thought it was a bad decision. If Lawler pulls it off, that'd be nuts. I like the long layoff for him. I think he learned a valuable lesson from Energy and can come out looking patient, sharp, and refreshed. So tough. It's a very tough fight, too, because Brandon Moreno has never had chin problems. But he did just get destroyed for the first time ever against Tyra. Jocelyn did look great against Cachoeira, but to be fair, Cachoeira is pretty bad. But she knocked her out in the first round, which makes it nice. MMA judging criteria? Interesting. Never heard of that channel. Right. Cachoeira is Cachoeira. Tell me Moreno's 32 and guys like Jakar close to 37 is wild to comprehend. Moreno's just been at a high level forever. Weird stoppage. Moreno was just stuck. He was stuck bad, though. Right. He looked terrible against Tyra, like a shell of himself. It's tough to say. And, you know, he was preparing for Almabayev. Almabayev is a grappler, first and foremost. Lawner Kavanaugh is an explosive striker. Lawner Kavanaugh pulling off the upset in Mexico in the main event, it kind of seems possible. It just, like, it wouldn't surprise me. We need a Big J cult banger and the biased judging ruining the legitimacy of the sport with being so involved now. Maybe that's the way. I don't know. I'll see how I could spin that. I mean, if we get another bad decision this weekend, I really think I'll have a lot of evidence to present. The odds in the new fight is like minus 350. Michelle was streaming some game recently. Be prepared to fade. Listen, Michelle Pereira. I'm thinking Zach Reese might end up getting him. I think Zach Reese wants it more. That's why I'm picking Zach Reese, because I think he's going to be digging deep, man. Zach Reese, he wants to fucking win more than anything. It's like Michelle Pereira, if it comes easy, but if it gets tough, he's going to break. If Michelle Pereira doesn't stop him in the first round, I think he loses. I don't think Michelle Pereira is winning a decision. If he doesn't get a first round KO, I think he's going to slow down. And I think Zach Reese is live to beat him on the ground. I think Zach Reese is live to sub him even. I could see a gas Michelle Pereira kind of just giving up position and getting choked out. Jacoby Smith or Josiah Harrell? I'm torn, man. I really like Jacoby Smith, but Josiah Harrell's very good. Jacoby Smith has a size advantage, which is something that I like. But Josiah Harrell is a very good grappler in his own right. He's got nice submissions. Fucking nearly pulled off the mighty bar in his last fight. And if Jacoby Smith's gas tank doesn't hold up, Josiah Harrell could end up being a problem in the later stage of the fight. And it's a battle of two 11-0 guys. One of these 11-0 guys has an extensive amateur MMA background, one does not. Moreno was 1-2-1 when fighting in Mexico, beat Urseg, lost to Sergio Pettis and Royval, drew with Askarov. Shit. And Urseg doesn't bring power like Lawner Kavanaugh does. The toddler versus the assassin, baby. The thing about Moreno is he's reached the pinnacle of the game. Former world champion, has been in, badass fights versus, the prospect on the rise who looks like next up. But so young, coming off a loss, unproven at an elite level. That's a tough pick to be had, man. I'm thankful that I don't have to do that pick tonight. Thankful I got, 6 days to decide. I don't know. I think Moreno definitely looked like a shell of himself in his last fight. The Tyra fight was December, and he looked bad in December. And now he's coming back February 28th. No, man. Lawner Kavanaugh, 26-year-old prospect. Hasn't fought since August when that fight was. He's a good prospect. Yeah, it is a quick turnaround for Moreno. He just got absolutely mollywop versus Tyra. Thoughts about the UFC 326 card? I mean, I love the main event. I love the main event. The main event is the definition of a spectacle. Definition. I know we need a co-main event. I don't know what the UFC is planning. Maybe it's Van Tyra. They're just waiting for the right moment to announce it. It's tough because we still don't know how good Lawner is. Kind of basing this off how washed we think Moreno is rather than how good Lawner is. If you ended up doing Kyoji versus Moreno, I'd pick Kyoji all day. I would have as well. But it's like, Kyoji is of the elite level skill set. I guess how do you rank Moreno's skills right now, what you saw in the last fight versus some of the best guys in the world? I mean, if you saw him rematch versus Royval, are you picking Moreno? I'm probably going Royval. Probably picking Cobb. I'm picking pretty much everybody in front of him. I mean, I think Aswell Mabayev was a potentially difficult fight for Brandon Moreno. Fight number 15, Lawner Kavanaugh, is where the head scratch starts. I know short notice at altitude is a problem. The one thing I'll say about it is at 26, though, the improvements he can make after a loss in August to now in February are drastic. He could be substantially better. It's a difficult decision, man. Difficult, incredibly difficult decision. It's kind of like you're sitting out wondering what if type of fight. I don't know. I don't know what if. Thankfully, I don't have to make that pick tonight. The only pick I have to lock up tonight is Jacoby Smith and Josiah Harrell. I did notes on it, but there is a piece of me that's like, yo, what if this Josiah Harrell kid can do it? But then there's the other side of it that's like, well, Jacoby Smith's a good prospect. He's well-rounded. He's explosive. If he just doesn't try to get the knockout and he's patient, I mean, I think he can win a decision. You like that Lawner is very young and took a lot of time off. He's been very quiet this past year, which tells me he's been putting his head down and working on his craft. And it's not like the Charles Johnson fight was that he didn't have the technical skills to beat Charles Johnson. It's the fact that he showed his youth by getting crazy and trying to knock Charles Johnson out. If he fights more patient, if he's a more reserved version of the Leonard Kavanaugh we know, he is a fucking problem for everybody. You didn't love Jacoby's performance against Nico? I agree. The one thing about it, I went back and watched it yesterday, is he was trying so hard to stop Nico that he fatigued a little. You still think Jacoby wins? I feel like it's the smarter pick. I mean, to me, Jacoby Smith is like the second coming of Tyron Woodley. That's the 100% vibe I get. And I do think he's going to run into like his metaphorical Nate Marquardt at some point, but I don't think it's a 5'7" Josiah Harrell who's stepping in on a week's notice. I don't think that's the kid to beat him. I think there will be somebody at some point that Jacoby Smith runs into as he's on the rise here and ends up getting put out. And I don't know if Jacoby Smith is destined to reach the heights of, the side of Tyron Woodley. But I do feel there's similarities. What news have you missed? So, seeming that the White House main event is Ilia Topuria Gaethje. Fun, deep question. Too deep for me, Doug. You know what it is I learned is taking the Ripskis was not needed. I picked Jacoby because I imagine he was training his ass off. He knew how good Siu Kun Ko was. And now he's got a much easier opponent in Josiah. I think he's more than ready. He should be. He should be. I think he could probably out wrestle Josiah. Hit him with some good shots. Josiah Harrell could end up going the distance, though. Josiah Harrell could go to the later stages. Think about Josiah Harrell, though. He's real short, man. He's small for the weight class. He looks kind of like a blown up lightweight. Like, I mean, Josiah Harrell's what, 5'7"? Definitely not a hard weight cut. Josiah Harrell, 5'7", 67-inch reach. Jacoby Smith, 5'10", 72-inch reach. Both 11-0. Both known for finishes. Josiah Harrell, a little more known for the submissions. Tough, bro. It's hard to go against Jacoby. You feel like Neil is a trap bet? I know Medic has his flaws, but Neil might be on his way out. Neil might be on his way out. I mean, listen, that fight last time out versus Prates was terrible. But before that, I mean, he gave Shavkat and Ian Garry a pretty tough go of it. That's funny as fuck, Doug. I need a Ripski. You think Spearman is the best Zin flavor? I think so too. Siu Ko versus Dalby is actually perfection. Yeah. I like the Dalby fight. They should run that. I think they should run it. Let's go. I vote for that. Yes. Buckley calling out Amasov is ballsy too, because there's a guy not ranked this highly. Yeah, I think, listen, why not? Let's give Amasov a shot into the top 10. Medic does come out crazy round one. And listen, if he lands something big on Jeff Neal, puts him out, is it a shock? No. But I think Jeff Neal's power could come in handy. That chin of Medic always worries me, man. Prates beat Ian in a rematch. I feel like the fight could be similar. UFC's going to Serbia in a fight night? Holy shit. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they got to showcase that European talent. UFC going international again. Yeah, bro, main event. Blachowicz versus Jamal Hill. Fuck it. And give Rakic a get back fight, please. Maybe Rakic versus like Alonzo Menafield. That sounds good to me. That'd be perfect. Maybe Rebeshki versus Elves Brenner or something. I don't know. Wonder if they put Chris Duncan on that card. Do it, Swerve. Do it. I wonder what Chris Duncan, is he scheduled to fight or am I tripping? No, he's not. The rumor mill, though, they were saying, oh, he's going to fight Manny Moicano. Moicano on the UFC website is still scheduled to fight Ortega, but that's not happening. Yeah, I don't know. Moicano. What if they did Mauricio Rufy Moicano? Said, fuck it. That'd be kind of sick. I'd watch that. Dana, again, becoming an awful promoter. What happened to him? Is anyone watching Zufa boxing? I watched Zufa boxing last night, the main event. I thought the main event was cool. Which would be more shocking? Terrence McKinney going 5 rounds to a decision or Colby getting a title shot? I'd say Colby getting a title shot. I know Terrence McKinney is not going 5 rounds and Colby ain't getting a title shot, but let's say Colby getting a title shot just seems even more far-fetched. Too many killers at 170. Garcia Barrios, I lean Garcia. I only watched the main event. It was good. But I'm glad to hear that the other fights were solid. Zufa boxing, Jay, bro. To be fair, I'm actually seeing more and more people saying they're watching Zufa. It's definitely gaining momentum. I agree. Especially because they do it on Sunday, bro. It's so easy to just put on. Like, fuck it, let's put it on. Let's see. They do it right, man. Sunday's the way. It's the right day of the week to do boxing. Zufa boxing, not here to take part, here to take over. Listen, they got the first title fight coming. There's a time when Dana could promote anything and I'd watch, but IG accounts promoting trailers better than the UFC. And it was probably because he's got like his energy in different directions, you know? Him with Zufa boxing, him with, power slap. Definitely more respect than power slap. I mean, it's a real sport. Sunday, 200 IQ. That was a 200 IQ move. The idea of unifying the belts is intriguing. I like how Zufa set up, allowing them to fight out the promotion. It's because their goal is to steal all the belts. Their goal is to take all the belts, have the number one guy, then have that Zufa title be the main title in boxing. Like, this is the master plan. That's not for the fighter's benefit, by the way. That's for the promotion's benefit. Their dream scenario is to collect all the champions and then dump all those other belts. And now the Zufa title is the only real title that matters. Power slap, you're right. It is just a viral social media thing. It's not a combat sport. It's a sideshow. It's a side freak show. Power slap is just a freak show. We all know that. Come on. There's no defense, bro. It's not a sport if there's no opportunity to defend. It's a sideshow. It's a combat game where you get slapped the shit out of. Main event, Blachowicz versus Hill. Co-main, Buckley Amasov. Oh, you want Ankalaev Mirzakhanov main event. Blachowicz versus Hill. Buckley Amasov is cool. Pavlovich Cortez Acosta. I don't think they're running the rematch, though. I could see Rabeshki versus Jalen. Gamrot Zion possible. That'd be stacked beyond stacked. But yo, Ankalaev Mirzakhanov is an intriguing fight to put together. That could be the main event. But do they double it up with another high-level light heavyweight fight in the co-main? I don't know. Buckley Amazov on the card makes sense, though. Bro, that new tackle sport is terrible. It's not even, that's just sick. That's just good way to fucking get brain damage. Yeah, I don't understand it at all. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's stupid with all caps. What do you think about Tyra Van UFC 327? I saw some leak this morning. It makes so much sense. Like, it would be stupid if they didn't do it. I think they have to go through with it. Makhachev in 2026. If he does that UFC BJJ title fight, maybe they'll keep him on. We'll see him in UFC BJJ. Like, no, we're not bringing you back to UFC, but you'll grapple for us. You meant Pavlovich Kuniev? Oh, yes. Pavlovich Kuniev, absolutely. I hope the Pav starches Kuniev. I think Ankalaev versus Mirzakhanov is a great main event. I don't think they want two light heavyweights on big losing streaks as the main event. Doesn't look great. Totally fair. The new ideas for combat sport. It's not combat sport, bro. It's just a sideshow, freak game. Also, chat, we're at 125, 1 hour, 25 minutes. We're at 71 likes. I have said I want to do a 2-hour stream, but I need you guys to match my enthusiasm. You guys got 5 minutes to get me 80 likes, and I'll stream 2 hours. So YouTube, pump the algo, smash the like. They could still hype and promote their products better, less and less hype videos these days. True. Also, it's a lot of competition on social media for like the interaction, you know? The new era. I just stay up to date by fucking checking X all the time. Zabit Magomed Sharapov is doing absolute championship BJJ. And Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather is scheduled for April 25th, which is fucking crazy. That's a what the fuck moment. That's insane. Zabit making his return, bro, but just in grappling, not in MMA. That's cool, though. Michael Chiesa, last UFC fight, March 28th against Carlston Harris. Didn't even know that fight was happening. Ian Machado Garry says if a fight with Islam Makhachev happens, he'll head to Georgia to sharpen his wrestling game. And he just posted that he's going to Georgia. Yeah, the Islam fight's happening. That's cool as fuck. It's a pointless boxing fight, but the weird freak shows sometimes get a lot of watch, bro. A lot of watch time. Gamrot, Ziam, and Jalen Turner versus Rebeshki are sensational fights too. Honestly, Gamrot and Ziam intrigues me a lot. And Turner versus Rebeshki is great. Yes. I hope Ziam beats Gamrot. Let's get Gamrot out of the top, bro. Let's get Ziam on his fucking trek up. Turner's got such a crazy reach advantage on Rebeshki. Holy shit. I think Hunter should step forward now while Dana continues his endeavors. We know for sure the situation and all that. We'll always appreciate what Dana did for the UFC and it'll be unmatched. I definitely think Hunter could get more into the limelight of things. I think the UFC White House card is going to be like 300 with the initial announcements. Everybody's a little disappointed, but the fights make up for it. Definitely live. Hearing that Ilya Topuria and Gaethje's the main event, we're feeling a little disappointed. Yeah, I saw Volter Walker and Zion Clark fight. Yeah, the grapple. It was weird as shit. Volter call out Johnny. I think that's a publicity stunt between the brothers. I don't know. That's weird. If true, that's fucking awkward as shit, dude. I will say, I think Volter Walker is a little bit caveman IQ. Yeah, he's fun to watch, but he's a little dumb. He's a dumb dumb. Volter Walker's on the dumb dumb track, in my opinion. He should win against Marcin Tybura. But I don't know, man. I think that lower IQ could prevent him from breaking into the top. I see him spamming leg locks against like a Sergey Pavlovich and just getting knocked the fuck out. You think the big backlash on 324 and 325 main events being undeserved title fights influenced the UFC to do Islam versus Garry and not Usman? Does that seem like the direction they were heading? I think there is a possibility because they looked at it, and of course, the fan opinion matters, right? Especially the masses of fans' opinion. And the majority of takers were like, okay, 324 is an interim title main event. 325 is Diego Lopez again. Granted, it turned out to be a fun fight, and I enjoyed it, and it was good for Volk, but it was a hope for something new. If you go Islam versus Usman, as much as you could consider that a legacy fight for Usman and Islam both, you have to be realistic about the matchup. You have a guy on a one fight winning streak fighting against a guy on the longest winning streak, you know? So to me, I think it would be a drastic mistake if the UFC went hype based over deserved. And that's why I think it's perfect to go Ian Garry. I think Ian Garry versus Islam Makhachev is an incredibly cool matchup, and I want to see it. Walter creates a lot of content in Portuguese. You can see he's actually pretty smart. He's just a wild motherfucker. Maybe it's because his English, right? So I'm over judging. He sounds like a fucking king. Which of the figures in the back is my favorite? I'm not gonna unbox the Rocky, bro. That's the OG Rocky right there. I like them all, bro. I mean, they are half brothers. They're half brothers. But they are brothers. They're half brothers. So you tell me Volter doesn't have that Petrino IQ? You think Javid being cut will affect Farad, maybe motivate him more, or maybe the other way without his brother there? I think it'll motivate him. Yeah, I'm staying for 2 hours, man. W Swerve. Listen, guys, you guys were good to me with the likes. We're doing a 2 hour stream, but if I'm doing a 2 hour stream, I'm gonna say it's downright unacceptable that we don't hit 100 likes by the 2 hour mark. We got 30 minutes to do it. We got 15 likes away. So yeah, we'll make it happen. I'm in no rush, Jay, today. I'm hanging out, having a good time. I'm starting the Monday of the UFC marathon off right. That was my whole plan and intention today. I won't lie to you guys. I planned on doing 2 hours from the start, but I just had to incentivize. You know what I'm saying? I had to incentivize a little. We got 2 hours now. We got money line tonight. This is fucking fantastic. Kind of reminded me of the Patty and Molly thing. Patty seemed more motivated when Molly left to carry the torch. I don't know if that's going to happen with Farrell and Javid. I think Javid is going to sign with PFL. It's always so funny how the likes just immediately spike up when you threaten to cut the stream short. So much people love the long lunchtime live Jays. They really do, bro. The 2 hour lunchtimes are the supreme. Love the Moneyline show. Excited for this one. Me too, bro. Me and the Finch, man, talking it up tonight. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a spectacle. It'll be a showcase. Oh. Yeah, Cut and Javid seem unfair, but the UFC don't give a fuck. 3 months we have to watch through your hands. Honestly, Doug, there can be a leg break. There can be shit that makes people nauseous. I'm gonna watch closely. I can't look away from the screen. Like when Daniel Cormier is talking about looking away, I'm like, oh, I want to see. Is that my slight sickness? Maybe. I don't know. I enjoy it. Granted, I don't want to see people's legs get snapped and shit like that, but I enjoy it all. I love every element of it. I was watching with the family. My mom and sister couldn't watch when Pantoja dislocated. That was it. Yeah, I have no problem. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. He just broke his elbow. Oh wow. Yeah, I don't really get queasy. I mean, I can imagine it would suck if that was happening to you, but it doesn't really fuck with my psyche in any type of way. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind the disgusting submissions. I couldn't bring myself to watch the aftermath of the AJ incident. Which one do you mean? The Anthony Joshua thing, that was sick. I saw it. I watched it, and I was um quite disgusted by it. Yeah, but I did watch it. I think non-fans get confused with MMA fans though, as they think we like the brutality, but more fans love MMA through the different skill sets and styles. Yeah, we love the impossibilities becoming possible, the what ifs becoming what is. I think that's the best way to put it. We love to see how it all unfolds. It's like MMA is like the most live action, puzzle put together, or chess game you could ever imagine. This guy's good here, 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 and here, and he's good here, here, and there. And these are the intangibles, and they fight, and then something different happens. I think like the element of the prediction, the reason I've always enjoyed making predictions, man. I love it. I love attempting to understand what's going to happen beforehand. I love the theory behind it. And I love the attempted evidence to support. And then watching it all unfold is always a pleasure. And then when you get surprised by things, as much as it's like, on the stream, I'll be disappointed a pick misses, right? I love the element of wow, things just can go as you don't expect it, If it was all as expected, what's the fun in it? I love the surprise factor. Oh yeah, the huge cuts on your dong and Robocop shit was nasty, bro, but that was great. Nasty, but it was great at the same time. Anderson Silva breaking his leg was tough, bro. I was like, holy shit. It's a puzzle solve, yeah. I think that people that don't watch MMA don't quite understand the intricacies, the technical levels. I mean, this is not just some barbaric swinging of wild shit. MMA is an incredibly tactical fight. Like if you look at all of the combat sports, MMA is the wildest of the bunch because of every possible way to finish, every possible way to win, every weapon available. What was the fight in 2025 that went most different than you expected? Jan Marab 2. I think the fact that Jan also out wrestled Marab, that was the fight for me. That was the what the fuck. I introduced a family member to UFC the night Weidman broke his shin. That was the worst night to pick. He's like, yeah, I'm never watching this again. They're like, I'm good. Some people just don't they don't like it. I don't know. It's not for everybody, I guess. I don't know why it's not. I don't know. Very enjoyable sport to watch. I don't know. I mean, some people never did a martial art or never wondered about it, never understood it. I don't know. I don't know. No other sport gives me such of like a dopamine and serotonin release as MMA. Yeah, RDR Allen, bro. The fact that RDR quit like that was also mind-boggling. Right. People think it's like human cockfighting. That's not the case whatsoever. AJ, what's up, brother? I'm ready for Saturday for sure. Which fights do you look forward to watching the most this weekend? Good question. Let's talk about which fights I look forward to watching the most this weekend. Aside from the obvious being the main event, I am very excited for Carly Judice versus Juliana Miller because I really think Judice has that like top potential, and I feel like she's going to destroy Juliana Miller. I'm looking forward to seeing Yadier Del Valle show that, he's more than capable of finishing somebody in just a fixed fight. And Jordan Levitt at 145, I think the, lighter man's skill element of Del Valle is huge. Phil Rowe versus John Paul Labassignani. Listen, it's either John Paul Labassignani's legit or Phil Rowe sends him back as a dog. I'm telling you, I think this John Paul kid is quite good, and I think his grappling could actually be the ultimate difference maker. I think Brahimaj versus Soriano is a dope fight I'm excited for. Less excited for Edwards Cornell, I won't lie. Of the bunch, Alden Correa, Luis Garule is a sick knockout. I'm actually really hyped for this Ode Osborne, Alibi Idris fight. I feel like I'm hyped for this Jacoby Smith, Josiah Harrell fight. Zach Reese, Michelle Pereira. I mean, dude, every fight on this card, maybe aside from Edwards and Cornell, I can really give you evidence to why I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Melky Costa on fire versus Dan Ige, who's a savage, Jeff Neal, big power, dangerous versus a Chinny Euros Medic, who's lightning speed with his kickboxing. AJ, what's your view on the Winter Olympics? Kind of hard to get into when 99% People can't even afford to try these sports, let alone compete in them, like a trust fund off. It's the trust fund off. Listen, I'll say this. I don't really watch the as much, but if it's on in the background and they're doing the figure skating shit, I'll be like, yo, it's crazy. The guys did a backflip on ice. What's up, J. Lou? Good to see you, my guy. Ankh Poetan 2 was also insane. Yeah. What are you talking about? Was it Louis Galdino with the green hair? I'm ready for Carlos Leal against Chidi. That's a good fight. I'm leaning Carlos Leal for now, but half of me like keeps hearing this Chidi, 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 bang, bang. Chidi, 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 bang, bang. YouTube, I know you can hear me. Give me that 10% algorithm boost right now. Let's finish out this stream with a 10% algo boost. I mean, hockey's a cool sport because of the physical elements too, man. There might be a fight that takes place. Violence on ice, dude. It's what it is. Yo, KZ, I know you're in the chat right now. How did your video do after I sent the people over? Did it get some movement? KZ, did it get some movement, my boy? I'm going to actually click on it. I want to see how KZ's video did. Okay. Oh, the likes went up a good amount. How many likes we got? 12? Okay. I mean, listen, the views jumped a lot. That's solid. There was some traction. Good, 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 good. Shared it to Reddit. Listen, the Reddit gang is gonna know about you, bro. Yeah, they do the BKFC ice fights thing. I think that shit's crazy. That's a sideshow. That's a side freak show. I can't get behind it. I can't. I can't get behind these freak shows like that. I can get behind boxing, MMA, bare knuckle, kickboxing, jujitsu, wrestling. You know, that's cool. But this other shit is weird. I don't know if I'm being more of a hardcore, if these fight nights are becoming more and more stacked, but recently these fight nights and Apex events have been lit. Swerve, 100%. Dude, I swear to God, I like fight nights more than the numbered events as of late. The fight night cards just fucking slap, dude. Fight nights are fire, bro. Fight nights are fire. Like, it's something about the Apex too when you like go in with low expectations. Like, let's be honest. When we go to watch UFC 326, our expectations are going to be quite high. You know, it's Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira. That's supposed to be a great fight, and I think it'll live up to it. But, you know, the expectation is there. Oh, it's going to be an amazing card. Oh, this shit's going to be great. Versus like a fight night, you're like, oh, it's at the Apex. Oh, hopefully it's all right. And then it ends up slapping. But listen, the prelims of this card at the, T-Mobile Arena, let me be honest with you, man. These are Apex prelims. Gaston Bolanos, Ju Sang Yu, Ricky Tercios, Alberto Montes, Luke Fernandez, Rodolfo Balato, Dante Johnson, Dushko Todorovic, Sumadarji, Jesus Aguilar, DR Nurgajai versus Rafael Tobias, Cody Garbrandt, Long Shao, Cody Durden versus Newman Jargon Tumendumbarel, Niam Jargon Tumendumbarel. Those prelims are fight night at best. I mean, bro, if we go head to head, let's keep it a buck. Head to head, prelim battle. Judice Juliana Miller, Del Valle Levitt, John Paul Labassiani, Phil Rowe, Brahimaj Soriano, Edwards Cornell, Alden Correa versus Louis Garule, Chidi Njokwani Leal, Osborne, Alibi Idris. I feel like the prelims might actually be better this coming week. Yeah, the prelims are better, bro. It's interesting, right? I noticed that sometimes the prelims are better on these fight night cards than they are in the numbered events because they rely on the big fights. What would you rather see at the White House? Bones versus Pereira or Gon Pereira? I mean, it's some dream world Bones Pereira, but I don't think it happens. I don't even know if Ganpur happens at the White House either. The live I saw of it a few months back, nobody was there. Yeah, the ice card, I saw that too. Nobody was there. Exactly. The numbered events are very top heavy, bro. I like the balance of the fight nights. Apex cards are fun with the fight campaigns. Hey, W Daniels Forest. The fight campaigns are lit. The fight campaigns are lit, bro. The fight campaigns are the shit. Brahimaj Soriano and Levitt Del Valle deserve to be on the pay-per-view prelims. Honestly, yeah. But instead, the pay-per-view prelims have Gaston Bolanos and Ju Sang Yu. I'm looking at an Apex card when I look at the prelims. And then the main card is decent. I mean, RoboCop, Bruno Ferreira 2 is fun. Rosas, Rob Font is okay. Bahayo versus Derrida is cool. Oliveira Holloway is awesome. But we need a co-main event. Dude, UFC 326 is like, bit of a weak card. UFC 326, I'll keep it real, man. You eliminate the main event. This is Apex. All right, you can put it in a crowd. It's a fight night. It's a fight night for sure. Then you add the main event. Okay, now it's a numbered event. But they need something else. It needs another fight. They need the co-main event. They don't expect people to tune into the numbered events. They're for more everyday fans. The Apex for the hardcore, so it's more spread out. Honestly, good take, Beans Vote. Honestly, good take. Dude, it's true. The numbered events, bro. 324, 325 prelims or Vegas 113 prelims. I'm picking Vegas 113. Bro, if Van versus Tyrus is the co-main, that's kind of the needed icing on the cake. We're missing the icing on the cake, bro. We just really have a cherry on top at this point. Is it not worth going to 326 in person? I'm not saying that. I mean, listen, if you have the chance to go, go. The co-main better not be Moicano Ribovics. Dude, it might be Moicano Ribovics. I don't know. Moicano Ribovics might end up being the co-main. I think Van versus Tyro would be better, but I don't know. I hope that tomorrow we have some announcements. We need 327. We need 326. You think Tyro will fold Van in half? It's a great co-main event. You're going Esteban over Money Moicano? It's tough. I know you're picking Ilya to win, but you think Gaethje's being underestimated again? Bro. It's just not a likely pathway to success against Ilya Topuria. That style that he fought against Paddy Pimblett with gets him destroyed versus Ilya. He needs to fight more like he did against Rafael Fiziev. What's your take on Moicano Ribovics? I think Moicano's set with his Portuguese YouTube channel. It's actually huge. He's getting guru numbers. Ribovics is all in on fighting. I think it's a factor to consider. Ribovics wants it more. Do you see Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson happening April 25th in Africa? I saw that. What the fuck? That's all I thought was what the fuck. Yeah, Esteban's got to be hungrier. What's Money Moicano's channel? Portuguese. Show me the money pod. Oh, Hanato Money Moicano. Here it is. He is the Portuguese guru. That's crazy. He doesn't do as many live streams. I mean, listen, he's fucking made it though. Moicano's doing it right. The podcast is a great long-term investment. Yeah, his lives do good numbers, dude. Ilya destroys Gaethje. Exactly. He's way too good, bro. I hate to say it, but it's not even a fair fight. It's just not. It's not a fair fight, bro. It's a terrible matchup for Gaethje. Like, Patty really gave him a run for his fucking money. And what do you think? Where's the X factor? How's he gonna win? He's got to strike with Ilya. He's got to try a head kick or something. Justin should have the same game plan that Islam did against Volk. 2 with the body kick, head kick combos. I mean, his best shot is a high kick, KO. If somehow, some way he would have knocked out Ilya Topuria, that would be probably the biggest what the fuck moment for me of UFC in the modern era. That would be feels like the biggest title upset in years. Also, guys, make sure you hit the like button. We're at 101 likes. I'm gonna set the stream goal. Let's get 110 likes up in here. 2-hour stream, Jay. I think 110 likes is well deserved, man. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Well, he kind of did look bad against Dariush. I know. And as much as I think Ribovics is a bit of a wild man, wanting it more, Moicano might end up getting outworked. If he can't take Ribovics down, bro, the striking of Ribovics is better. I feel like Gaethje beating Ilya would be bigger than Strickland beating Izzy. I mean, we all thought that Patty was going to grapple. We all thought Patty was going to grapple, but he struck. He slugged. Will I rap or sing a tune for 115 likes? Sure, bro. Sure. Just for you, my boy. I'll do it just for you. Esteban TKO 1 or 2, quite possible. Quite possible. Big flurrying punches end the fight. Really possible. Hey, what's up, Michael Maloney? No, I don't think they should close out the heavyweight division. All combat sports organizations need a weight class for the supposed baddest man on the planet. Unfortunately, the heavyweight division has not been flourishing for a very long time. But that doesn't mean I'm going to lose hope and say it'll never flourish. I think eventually this heavyweight division will flourish. Eventually. But I emphasize the point of eventually. Smash that like button and subscribe. Let's go, Daniels Forrest. Hey, it's a W Monday 2-hour lunchtime live leading up to a badass show tonight with the Finchmeister. Yeah, it still seems like Moicano versus to be announced, dude. Nothing official about that fight, Swerve. You only trust Big Marcel's the right way to do it. If he don't say it, it probably ain't true. Hey, W Herb. I see Herb up in here. Look at the OG. Hanato has a tendency to pause as he's taking shots. Esteban's pressure, I think, breaks some good extended combos, gets him out of there. It's a possibility, man. But the fight is not official. This is all hearsay at this point. It's all hearsay bullshit at this point. Jones says loads of times you have to have downtime and not overtrain. That's fair. 2 heavyweight fights I'd like to see. I'd say maybe like Volkov versus Waldo. Esteban to the body would be genius. The cheating in the all fights odds change. Let's see. Wow, about even. Minus 120 to plus 100. They might flip. Bro, I just can't with confidence back Cheaty Bang Bang or Leol. What's the early high confidence pick for everyone, chat? If I had to guess, I think a lot of people think Judice is going to do bad things to Juliana Miller. Merch Jay, listen, as this UFC marathon commences, I'll be able to set something up. Leal and Chidi feels like a coin flip. It is a coin flip. I don't think it just feels like that. I think it is a fucking coin flip fight. And I think that's why the odds are even now, because people are like, yo, give me the Chidi dog side. I don't know what version of Leal shows up. I do know that the Muslim Salikov that knocked him out was roided to the fucking gills, though. Let's not act like that Muslim Salikov was the same that got killed by Medic, bro. That was the roided up Salikov. Now, Carlos Leal looks roided out too, but still, something worth considering. Thought Ige was good, but Milkman has been a good style against the in-the-pocket fighter. Ige lost the spark to go for the finish, and he just got tuned up by Pitbull too last time. I think Labasignani shines, yeah. If Labasignani sells, I'm sitting here shocked. As a former Phil Rose Savage dog locker, put my life on it, 3 ranked fighters on the sauce. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Kamaru Usman. Piotr Jan. And El Cop. Why do I say Piotr Jan? Bruh. He's training over in the fucking desert, my boy. Steroids illegal over there. He's in Thailand. Steroids illegal over there. Cain released from prison. Yeah, man. Listen, Cain Velasquez's favorite moment? Probably the beatings he put on Junior. Corey, the lock of all locks, he better show out. Damn, Jan, huh? Dude, I know. It's one of those ones that you don't believe, right? Why? Jan, no. I don't know, man. He's training at some fancy ass gym in the fucking Middle East. What, they tested him out there? I find it hard to believe. Chat, we're at 107 likes. Bump that shit to 110. Right. He kept up with Marab's crazy pace, dude. That was crazy shit. I don't know, man. These guys training in the desert. Who knows? Luke Thomas saying Fluffy's better than Chimaev. I don't know. His takes sometimes are crazy. I don't think that's true. And I love Fluffy. Bro, Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier. Who agrees it's must see? That's the fight, bro. Put it at the fucking White House. I don't know how Morab looks so good fighting, then suddenly has a back injury we didn't know about that requires surgery. No comment, Braden K. I don't know. I don't know. Russian champs, listen, they don't fight often. You're right. Fluffy was stopped by Holland years ago, though. Years ago. That's a long ass time ago. That's not relevant to now. That was years and years and years ago. I can't believe he said Chuck Liddell and DC are over Pereira. No. I mean, if you want to argue DC, but Chuck, no. No. I don't think so. The crazy ass Unk takes is funny as fuck. Luke loves Strickland now because he talks shit about Trump. Is funny. Nate Diaz, McGregor 3 at the White House. I'm thinking it's Poirier. I'm thinking it's Poirier, bro. The Poirier fight is it. I don't know about McGregor fighting at the White House. That just seems like too much drama. Bro, let me tell you something. Troy was supposed to be the wonder on the rise. This lunchtime did fly by, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I'll answer a few more questions. Yeah, bro. The people smashing the likes like madmen, too. To the 2-hour stream, Jay. I appreciate it a lot. DC's a legend. I'm not forgetting about DC. Formier's a bad motherfucker. Bro, the 2-hour Monday lunchtime is the right way to do it. It gets us ready for the week. If you guys don't know, we have UFC every single week coming for, I believe, the next 9 weeks. We have this coming week, the week after, week after, week after, week after, week after. Holy shit. They don't even have it all listed, bro, on the UFC website. But Tapology has everything. I'll tell you right now. If you don't know the UFC schedule, I'm going to tell you right now. So we have UFC this Saturday. It is a fun fight. Strickland versus Hernandez. The 28th next week, Moreno Kavanaugh. The 7th next week, Holloway Oliveira. The 14th, the week after, Emmett versus Villeros. Evloev Murphy, the week after that. The 28th, we got Adesanya Piper. Then we got a fight night on the 4th. Okay, then we got a fight night. Or no, we got a fucking numbered event, the 11th. And then fight night, 18th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks of UFC in a fucking row. And it could easily be more. You don't know. Andre Lima's got a fight booked. UFC 327 in Miami. They got the prelim set. They got 2 main card fights, 3 main card fights. Azamat Mirzakhanov, Costa, Tatiana Suarez, Lupi, Johnny Walker, Dominic Reyes, but they need a main and co-main. They need to fill up the slate with some more prelims. Yeah, we got some fucking fight cards, man. Adesanya Piper is going to be sick. Unfortunately, we got 2 women's fights in the main card, which I think might be a little bit of a mistake, but all good. Good shit's coming, bro. Good shit is on the fucking way. So if you're a fan of the beautiful violence, you got to tune into the channel every fucking day. You got to tune in every day because we're going fucking madmen status. Daily content. Expect some news reactions. I'll be live doing lunchtime, doing evening shows. You're getting the content galore, Jay, coming out. And tonight we have an absolutely fantastic money line plan. So me and the Finchmeister will be chopping up this card. We'll be talking about what's going down. Yes, numbered event, 327, April 11th. No main or co-main event announced. But things are on the way. Things are on the way. Good shit's on the way. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited as hell. I'm happy we got such a savage lineup. Best and worst case scenario for the White House card. It's actually a W idea, Doug Funny. I like what I'm hearing. Maybe. Let me see. I like it, bro. Thank you, Doug, for that idea. Well, I appreciate you guys watching for over 2 hours. Expect a fuckload of streams from me. No days off, bro. It's back on business every single day. You know where to find me. So if it's your first time watching, hit the damn subscribe button. All right. And turn the post notifications on because it's a lot. You want to become a member, become one. All right. Like the stream on your way out. And Moneyline tonight, bringing the heat. Okay. Me and Finchman back on business. We'll talk to you guys in a little while. All right. I'll see you guys all week. Have a great afternoon. Peace out.